as the title you can tell, I have a guest today, frequent guest anyway, and he's getting ready to come in here now. As you can see, it's my son Jonah. He's been a frequent guest on the podcast. This is his third time, I think.
Mhm.
Two more times, and he gets the five timers jacket. If you know, you know. Whereas we just really got back from a workout. You start working out with your dad
Yeah.
today. Start going more. Um, so anyway, Jonah's kind of be telling what he's been up to as he's got some since the last podcast. He kind of launched something. Go ahead and tell about that, son.
Um, started my own YouTube channel,
Yeah, you did. And what's the
Mhm.
name of that YouTube channel?
Jonah Plays.
Say it again.
Jonah Plays.
Jonah Plays. Yes. And what is it that you do, or at least upload to this channel?
Um, Gaming.
Yes, gaming. And the first two videos you uploaded right now are you playing Fortnite.
Yes.
And I know the first video you uploaded, you had some a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you were able to fix them on the second one, as you were able to add your voice as a voiceover for the second video. Both of them are doing extremely well right now. I haven't
Mhm.
looked recently, but have you? How many views you got?
I think I have like 60 views on my first video and
That's a lot.
around
What was the second one? I'm sorry.
um somewhere around like 25 views for my second one, but I'm at 11 or 12 subscribers.
That's awesome. That's more than this channel. So, but anyway, with Jonah now having his own YouTube channel, we will actually do a little collaboration on YouTube. So you can just go ahead and follow his YouTube channel on uh, YouTube and just hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so you know when he uploads new videos. Which he's still kind of ironing out what day or exactly when he's going to upload, but he's getting ready to up record something tonight, aren't you?
Mhm. And if you're wondering when I will be posting, it will be every Wednesday at what matter of time, but on Wednesday.
Yeah, he doesn't have a specific time, but he'll just be, as you know, Wednesdays, new video, new uploads. But the title is, I know this week, here in where we live is the county seat of the town of the county that we live in, which is basically means like the capital of the uh, county. Like Columbus is the capital of Ohio, Nashville the capital of Tennessee, stuff like that. Um, and which means typically a county has a county fair, and this week the county fair in our where we live is actually happening in our city. And I know that's something we normally don't do as a family, but this year kind of different. As I know, my wife had to sit in on a booth for her job, uh, which is cool, and we went with her that day, and uh, that and really for the first time, I know, at least our older son, Xander, he's been to the fair several times, but this is really the first time that Jonah and his little brother got to go to the fair, the county fair this year, and he actually got to ride rides for the first time, which is something I feel like every kid should get to do. So we were honestly pretty thankful that we got to do this. And I guess when you found Jonah, when you found out that we were going to the fair on Monday because of mom, what were your first thoughts?
Well, I kind of already knew we were going to the fair because we've been talking about it for a while. Mostly every single car ride when we go past those fair gates, I normally go, when are we going to the fair? And my parents go, soon. So I'm like, oh, so we must be going this year. So wasn't quite surprised that we're going, but I was really excited because my dad told me on Sunday when we were going to go Monday. So that would have been the next day, which really got me hyped. And I didn't even knew there were rides there. So and my dad's like, "Oh, the scariest ride there is probably the drop." I'm like, "What's the drop?" And it's where you go up, and he told me you go up really high and you drop down super fast. And yeah,
Yep, pretty much. I know you ran into some friends there. I know your older brother Xander did too. I know you guys kind of hung out most of the day, uh, Monday. Uh, but I know uh, uh, Josh and I end up leaving. But with most, I believe you can just get a stamp to get back in. But around early afternoonish, 3 o'clock ish is about when the rides open, and we got in line to um,
get some
get some
wristbands.
wristbands so they could ride rides. I guess what was going through your mind in that when you were in that line to
I
get the
was
wristband?
really excited because even though none of the rides were on, I mean, they were on, they were testing them, but nobody was riding them yet. I could feel that I could have butterflies in my stomach from how nervous slash exciting I was. So yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. And then we got the lines, and then I think what the first one you guys did was called a ride called the Extreme, which is if you're, or I guess around my age or a little older, if you remember the Scrambler, where you get like you're like attached, which the Extreme has like 3 carts attached to it, and you get 2 people in there, and you spin around, go in circles. That was the first one you guys did, you and your brother did together. As I know, in order to go on the bigger rides, you need 2 people. Um, I guess what was your thoughts before it started spinning around? What were you thinking? Were you just like super excited? I could tell by the smile on your face you were excited, but
yeah, I was pretty excited, but once I got in there, I was pretty nervous because I've never been on one of those rides. The one in Scene 75. I was pretty excited, but right when I sat down, I was with my little brother. He wasn't nervous at all. He said I was going to handle this really easy.
hmm
And once as it starts going, he's like, "Ooh, yeah, this is going to be fun." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." So, we're going and going, and it gets faster and faster. And Josh, or my little brother, goes, "Oh, this is too fast. This is too fast."
yeah, he got a little scared um, when going around like it was too fast. He ended up sticking it out for a couple more rides, like you guys did the Ferris wheel together, which is pretty cool. You guys got stuck up all the way at the top for a
Well,
couple
we
minutes.
didn't get stuck. It's just people were getting off and more people were getting on. So,
Yeah, that's true. And then I know he did a couple more rides. Then he ended up leaving uh with your mom. They ended up going back home. But after that, you did the Ferris wheel. What else did you do?
um, I did the Titanic. If you don't know what that is,
Oh,
it's
that's the name of it. It's called the Titanic. Okay, I didn't know that.
um. So you sit down. You get like 12 people and 2 rows, so 24 people can go on it at once. Um. So get up there. You get on there. You got like you lift it up and then you can put it down and then when a worker wants it to start, it'll start and you're just going in circles. You're here, now you're up here, here, then you keep boom.
At one point, you're high up in the
Yeah.
air, and you're kind of going like around and around, almost kind of like if you I've been to county fair where they had like a big, huge, like old school ship where that would go up and down, and you would get higher and higher. Pretty much that's it. You did that like several times the first day that you rode rides.
But that was my third ride I did because I did two with my little brother, the extreme, and then the Ferris wheel. Then I went offset with my friends, and then went with my friends to do some rides. And the first ride we did was the Titanic together. So we did that. That was pretty fun. That's probably my third favorite there. Um, but then we did the Zero Gravity. If you've ever watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, you'll probably know what that is because if you know Greg Heffley and his friend, I think his name's
Rowdy, isn't
Rowdy.
it?
I thought it was Robbie, but whatever. Um, him and Greg went on one exactly like that, but it was like a whole entire roof and stuff. We just had it where we would hold on and you would spin, like so. You're starting here, and you're going. You're like halfway, like this. So you're not. You start standing up here.
Like you get sucked to the back when you're going
Yeah,
around
you
fast.
get you like this, and then you're all the way like
Like it
laying
tilts
down,
up. Yeah. It
like a
also I
90
know.
degree, 45-degree angle. You're that onto the not onto the ground because it's lifted up, but yeah, like that. But if you've seen the Diary of the Wimpy Kid movie, Greg and his friend go on it, and Greg ate two corn dogs before he went on that, so he threw up a bunch on it. Because it's you spin a bunch and it goes super fast. So,
Yeah.
I'd say that one's my favorite, but if you don't want thrown up on, don't go on that one because it looks like a bunch of people are going to throw up on it.
And
But yep.
that one is also called goes up. I remember it went by the name Roundup as well as a kid. It was called Zero Gravity now, but that was probably the shortest ride of them all because you weren't up in the air very long, which is crazy.
And then after that, we went to swings. The swings are pretty fun. If you don't know what the swings name is, I really just call it the swings because you swing. But it's called the yo-yo. Um, you can get like 30-ish people on it at once, and you're just sitting in a seat. You get buckled up, and then it just spins you around. And it's not super fast. And you're going like 15, 15 to 20 feet up into the air.
Yeah, like there
Um,
were people wearing sandals on
yeah,
there
there were
and they
people
dropped
wearing
down
flip flops and sandals and slides
and they
up
dropped
there,
off
and
their
they kept
feet.
falling off.
Yeah.
But they would allow you to take them off before you go on to the ride, but some people didn't. Um, so he told me to do the job. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. That's gonna be too scary. But I did it anyways because I got God on my side, and I just wanted to try it because it got to me. So walking up those steps to go up in the line for the ride. There's nobody there because nobody really does it because it's scary. But hopped on that seat, basically the exact same seat as the Titanic. So you pull it down, but then there's a buckle because you go in it because you go really high. So you're going up super duper high, and you can see the whole entire fair from there. From up there, you can see the every single ride. I can see the concession stands. I can see the entryway. Yeah, and it stops for about 10 seconds up at the top, and in between those 10 seconds, don't know when, but it drops in between from 1 second to 10 seconds. And one time it dropped me at 8 seconds and scared the crap out of me. So, yeah, that was pretty scary. So once you're at the top, you drop down and you're out of your seat for about 3 to 5 ish seconds. And if you ever get that feeling for when you're going when you're in your car and you're going up the hill and then you go down really far down,
Like your stomach drops.
yeah, your stomach drops. It's basically that for 5 seconds. So, but it's like a lot worse because you're going down fast. And yeah, so that ride was pretty scary. That was probably my fourth favorite ride.
Hmm. Then those are probably the only ones you did because honestly, there's there's not very many rides at our county fair. To be honest, if there, kind of wish there was more, so there was more to do. But he pretty much did that for like 2 to 3 hours. Monday. What did? Can you tell him what you had for lunch or what you ate at the fair? The first day, anyway.
If you've ever been there, grab one of those cheeseburgers because they're pretty good. Um, if you don't know that I have a celiac disease, which if you don't know what celiac is, it's gluten. Um,
It's an allergy. You have an allergy to gluten.
and gluten is yeast extract and wheat. So those are the main problems. But I just got a cheeseburger without a bun, ketchup, cheese, patty. Their patties are pretty good.
Hmm.
But I went the next day, Tuesday, and I got another thing. My friend was ordering. If you've never been to the fair, you've never had the fair fries, you have to have them.
I agree. It's a
Um,
staple.
but my friend was ordering some fries. I asked the uh, kitchen worker that like the concession stand guy if they were gluten free. He said, "Yep, I'm gonna have them," and I'm like, "Ooh, good." So, my friend he gets some fries, and I'm and I ask if I can have one. He goes, "Yep, here," because he got the big bucket full of fries. So I'm like, if you ain't gonna share those, what are you gonna do with them all? So um uh, I eat some of them, and they're just the best fries I've ever had. I thought
Even
no,
better
no,
than
no,
Chick-fil-A.
second best fries in the world. Best fries, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Awesome!
Chick-fil-A has the best fries in the world.
They got the best chicken nuggets too.
Even though if you've ever been in the Five Guys, they do say have the best Five Guys burgers and fries. Um,
They have the best
they have
burgers
the
around. They
best
have great.
burgers and fries.
They're
That's a
pretty great.
lie. Their fries are my third favorite. Fourth favorite fries, gotta go to McDonald's. Those are pretty good.
What's your favorite burger?
Favorite burger, first favorite, it's gotta go to Five Guys. Second favorite is Wendy's.
Wendy's, yeah, because they never freeze their patties. Supposedly, that's what they say anyway. But you end up getting yourself some of those French fries.
Yep. I got some, and they were really good.
Did you put ketchup on top of them?
Ketchup on top of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some ketchup.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so and so my favorite ride at the fair is got to be the zero gravity. As I said that, but my second favorite swings. Third favorite the Titanic. Fourth favorite the Job, and my fifth favorite the
Extreme.
Extreme, and
Yeah.
my sixth favorite the Ferris wheel. But those are the only ones I went on because I tried to go on a roller coaster one, and some guy said, "Nope, you can't go on there." I was pretty confused, but
It's because you're too tall. How would you rate your first ever spirit?
um, for the fair, I've heard of some better fairs out there, so if I could go there, those would probably be 10 out of 10 fair experience. But this one has got to be 8.
an 8. That's pretty high, to be honest. But also, this is your first one, so I did expect it to be high, and I'm glad you've enjoyed it so far. Tomorrow night you're actually going back with your uncle and your cousins tomorrow. At least that's the plan, anyway. Uh, would you recommend going to the fair? Anybody?
Yeah. If you're gonna go to the fair, um, go ahead and go, but you gotta have some money on you because it's pretty expensive. It's $5
That's
to get
true.
in. Those fries were $5. If you want to get a wristband to get like infinite rides for the day, you gotta get $20.
On a holiday pass. Yeah, and I did probably just depends on uh where you're going for the fair too. Everybody knows county that fair food is expensive, even though it is delicious. Um, and all day rides. That's the way to go. They do have all week passes, so if you're planning on going every day, I'd probably invest in an all week pass. Definitely save you some money there, as it is cheaper than paying every day to go to the fair. Especially certain fairs, as prices vary. Uh, as I said, but um, overall, Jonah has had a very fun experience with the fair. So,
Yep.
all right. Is there anything else you want to add, son?
Mm, nope.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, that does it for today's podcast, and Jonah and I, uh, really appreciate you joining us today.
Uh, Make sure when you're on YouTube, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Um, YouTube channel is called Jonah Plays. Uh, really doing gaming content. I've done 2 videos which have gone pretty good. But yeah, make sure you go follow them. Subscribe to me.
Subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and the Lack of Interesting Conversation YouTube channel. You do the same for Jonah Plays. And just remember this, that Jesus loves you, that he went to the cross for you, and he died for your sins. We will talk to you next time on the Lack of Interesting Conversation.